Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I have a bit of a different one. So this is actually the artist are gonna be talking about today is actually Jeff Watts or Jeffrey R. Watts, and this is actually a book I actually got like kind of a while ago now, actually like maybe a year ago at this point. And this is a book about more of his kind of quick gesture figure drawing sketches. This is volume two. I believe the first volume is dedicated strictly to males. Knowing me, I'm gonna go with the female one, for obvious reasons. But no, this is more of a. So Jeffrey Watts actually is a artist I kind of like actually really look up to, and he's also one of many artists I actually followed at the beginning of my art career or whatever like that. And I was really drawn to kind of like not just like his technical skill, right, and his technical abilities, right, but more of kind of like his philosophy and his passion for the craft of art. It's something you could tell he really obsesses over, and I love more. I love an artist more than kind of like their art. I love the passion. I love the drive behind it. And Jeffrey Watts just seems like just a really really cool dude and someone I do admire, and I would love to actually meet him someday. But so I ended up picking up like one of his works. I can't remember how much this was on Amazon. Um, but I remember it being more on the expensive side to what it offers. This book, I don't know. I haven't even flipped through it. I think it's like it's not a lot of pages. I think it's like I don't know, maybe like 30 pages or whatever like that. Um, yeah, maybe like 30 pages, and it cost me around $30. Believe it or not, his books are pretty pricey. Compared to like other art books that give you so much more. You're not getting so much of his stuff on his end of these books. Um, but I just wanted to show like also just like my love and love for academic drawing. You know, um, I know a lot of people. For a lot of people, it's not their thing. I know a lot of people like more in terms of like stylization. I know a lot of people like their anime, which there's nothing wrong with that. I love my anime just as much as anyone else. My Japanese animation, but also have a really fond appreciation for more of the academic side of art. Some would say realism or whatever like that. So I really like Jeffrey Watts is more of a technical side of it. Like I like the technical side of drawing from him. So I figured I would go today and actually kind of do like a review and kind of like showcase of some of his like gestural figure academic drawings and stuff like that, and just kind of talk with you guys about it. So let's get into it. So I believe this book's been out since 2021. And then it opens up talking about a bit about Jeff, and his career, and how long he's been doing this for. And it says this book was created in the hopes that art students would have a resource to go to when looking to study the human figure. It was my experience when I was an art student that there was a great shortage of proficient drawings from which to study and emulate the more subtle aspects of figure drawing, such as calligraphy, idealization, accurate value, and edges. Try to use these drawings to bridge the gap from more rigid academic anatomical studies to more artistic anatomy. It has been my experience over the last 30 plus years of drawing from life that the best drawings I have executed contain three parts of what I see, part what I know, and part what I wish I saw. Oh, sorry. The three parts are part what I see, part what I know, and part what I wish I saw. And he actually uses that a lot. He uses that example a lot in his videos. It's kind of like a motto he lives by with his art. He's like, I wish you all the joy that drawing the human form has brought me over the decades. For there is no better designed machine. I agree. Trying to do justice to this magnificent engineering marvel was the intention of this book. Happy drawing. So yeah, with that being said, this book actually is more of a tutorial. in many ways. Yeah, it's just drawing. I remember seeing a while ago, some people were complaining about like this isn't a how to draw book. It's just like it's just your drawing. It's just your sketches. You know, like no one's learning anything from this. You know, it's not like heavily text like a Bridgman book or something like that. And I disagree. I mean, the intentions is to draw the drawings, and by drawing it, you're emulating his brushstrokes, and you know, going and getting into the mind of the artist. So this book obviously was for laid out for you to study the drawings, which I have personally. I've drawn actually a couple of things from this book. You know, and it talks about you know, quick sketching. Jeffrey talks a lot. I'm gonna call him Jeff. But yeah, it's I know Jeff. He talks a lot about quick sketching and applying the methods. You know, so. And we see actually, you'll see a lot of I believe this to be the Riley method, Riley abstractions. You know, and pretty much he implements a lot of these methods into his quick sketching methods. This is charcoal newsprint, and these are, believe it or not, these are considered quick sketches. So he's busting these out probably in like a minute or two, maybe. You know, I'd say at most maybe 3 to 5 minutes. But yeah, these are his quick sketches. And I'll be honest with you, the book's not in the best of it's not the best quality, like almost kind of printer paper like, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I do think this book for sure could have been priced cheaper. I would say that's kind of like my only downside to this book, is that it could have been priced cheaper for kind of like, I mean, because you can kind of see it here, right? You can tell like they're just taking a picture of it, right? And then just like kind of like uploading it on kind of like almost like these flimsy like paper, you know, like I mean, if there's like a small spill on this where like forget it, you know, like all this is being destroyed. So all I'm saying is I expected more for $30, you know, but it's still good though. And I would just draw from these, you know. I would just try to understand value placement, underlying construction of the human form, you know, understand, you know, pretty much getting in the mind of Jeff and how he breaks some of these figures down. I'm not gonna lie, that face looked kind of cursed though. There's something about it. Looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan. I know it's just a play on values, but it does look kind of creepy. And a lot of people ask me, you know, Tim, what's like your favorite thing to draw or whatever like that? And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It's just gonna come down to the female form. You know, I like drawing guys too, you know, but I cannot deny I like drawing my women. I cannot deny that. I just love the gestural play with the female form, you know. The male form is a bit more rigid, more stiffness or whatever like that. Almost like when you're drawing the male form, it can be like very blocky, you know. But I like the female form because you can kind of like, you can bend it more, you can break it more. And also women are nice, in case you haven't known. They're very important to human society. I'm sorry, I'm just saying random shit. I'm hoping like I can get away with this stuff on, because it's academic, you know. It's just your figure drawing. It's non-sexual, you know. It's literally the study of the form and stuff like that. So in case you're watching YouTube, That's not my intentions. This is purely for educational, you know, studies of the human anatomy, the human form. This is an art atelier book, so it's educational. You know, no anime titties on this one. So. But yeah, I think we're towards like the end here. Don't want this to be too long. Yeah, but this is kind of, I want to have more of an approach like this to my gesture figures, you know. I do like the atelier style of gesture figure drawing. It is something that I want to adopt into my own works. It's very beautiful. Oh man, I love this. Oh, this is such a good model. Like the forms there, like it's very juicy. So yeah, this is Jeffrey Watts. He's an art atelier instructor. I think he's based in California. So yeah, you know, Jeff is very, very good. I mean, at what he does. I mean, like you said, he's been doing it for like 30, 40 years now. You know, and he's the real deal. Jeff is the real deal. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. You know, it's not a crazy long book. I thought I should share this. Sometimes I kind of forget I have this book. You know, it kind of like becomes well hidden amongst my collection of art books. You know, but I saw it today. I was like, man, why don't I show this? You know, I don't think a lot of people know of this book. I don't think a lot of people know of Jeff. You know, personally, he's one of my favorite artists, and his work also influences a lot of my drawings as well and stuff like that. You know, but that's pretty much it, guys. With that being said, stay safe, take care, and most importantly, never stop drawing. All right, take it easy. Bye-bye.